What is up, everybody? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys with Dallas Stewart on the speakerphone for our Week 10 game picks of the 2019 NFL season. Dallas, say what's up, man.
What's going on, everybody? We're getting to the mid-November point in the year. It's getting down to the desperation time for some of these teams that are in the hunt.
Yes, it is. And last week we went 500 on our game picks. 7 out of 7 for the 7 games.
6 teams on a bye this week.
Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games this week.
Wow.
12 games to pick from this week. I know we usually like to do it when we get to ours, but I know we got the Monday night game, but we just want to get off with ours first just to get it out of the way because obviously we're starting out Seahawks versus 49ers on Monday Night Football. I know we usually would have done this one last, but we wanted to get through it earlier. 49ers barely got out of Arizona with a win, but they lost Quan Alexander for the year on their defense. Their defense was still they still got that pass rush, obviously, with Bosa, D. Ford, Buckner, and Eric Armstead. And also the offense was clicking. They got Emmanuel Sanders. Arizona left Dante Pettis wide open on a play. And Cliff Kingsbury for Arizona fucked it up on that 4th and goal when they had to stop and calling the timeout on a play that they had to stop on, which would have basically taken away 7 points on that. Seahawks, we're coming off of a big win in a battle against Tampa Bay. Secondary was getting torched by Mike Evans and Rashad Perriman and Chris Godwin, but we were still able to pull it off. Our offense was looking great, but defense in the secondary still, it's still not as good as we want it to be, though. So we got a lot of work on that shit to do. So it's definitely very concerning. That's my concern, is the defense. And I know we're getting Quentin Jefferson back on our pass rush, and hopefully we're getting Quandre Diggs back, Hopefully we can get Quandre Diggs back on our secondary. But yeah, we just gotta be realistic. But I hope we can win this game. I hope we can win this game on Monday Night Football. But what do you got to do with Dallas?
Well, the key is to get off to a fast start, get pressure on Garoppolo, because if you can get pressure on Garoppolo, he's prone to make some mistakes and maybe he'll throw an interception or two. But if we don't get any pressure on Garoppolo, he's gonna pick our secondary apart.
Yeah.
With those receivers that he has, and then obviously, I guess it kind of ties into it, but win the turnover battle.
Yeah, we have to win the turnover battle, but we have to cash in on those turnovers by scoring touchdowns. Pittsburgh forced 5 turnovers with San Francisco, but failed to do it. I don't think Arizona got any turnovers. They managed to force 3 and outs, though, so we have to force 3 and outs for sure, and capitalize on each 3 and outs we got.
And we have to have the ability to run on them, because Arizona was able to run on them.
With Kenyon Drake. I don't think they had any film on Kenyon Drake.
No, but I think they had close to 200 rushing yards.
They did. Carson was able to get 100 yards on Tampa Bay. We were the first team to rush for 100 rushing yards against Tampa Bay. But
I guess those are the main keys.
But yeah, do I think we can beat the 49ers? Hell yeah. I believe we can beat the 49ers, but it's the pick, obviously right now we're favoring on San Francisco for if we don't capitalize what we're going to do. So that's basically the pick, but I do think that we can come in there and surprise. Superstition, knock on wood.
Yeah, I'll pick San Francisco just because of the way we look, just because of how bad the defense looked last week, and just I believe they're the better. They're playing a little bit better right now, and we just don't have a lot. I wanted to feel good about this game coming up, and there's so many question marks about this game.
Yeah.
I wish we would have had a more comfortable victory against Tampa Bay so I could feel a little bit better, but There's so many questions that need to be answered about this game coming up. So I just got to go with San Francisco right now because I believe, they've played better than us this year.
They definitely have, but what we saw
We
with
hope we're wrong. Well, this was one that we don't care if we're wrong. We hope it's like the Thursday night game.
sometimes in our game picks there have been times where we had to choose the opposing team that we've been playing. A couple of times we did it last year, but there were times where it'd be wrong. But we're hoping we're wrong.
That we'll be picking against Seattle. I'm pretty sure.
Probably, but something though, we just gotta be real. Let's tell the truth. We gotta tell the truth a lot of times because we're realistic fans. But do we hope that we win these games? Fuck yeah, every time, right, Dallas?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope we win. I mean, remember last year in the Kansas City game, we had Kansas City, and we ended up beating Kansas City.
Yeah, because it was our first year doing our game picks. I did not think they were going to win that one. Kansas City was playing at an all-time high level, and I didn't know how we were going to stop their offense, but thankfully our offense outplayed them, and it was a shootout.
And we won the turnover battle that day too.
We did.
But we're going to have to win the turnover battle this time against San Francisco.
And he's like you said, and cash in.
We have to cash in because that's where teams are failing.
This might be the hardest game on the schedule. I mean, there's some other ones down the road.
But San Francisco last week on that Thursday night game, they showed signs of weakness. Arizona found a chink in the armor. Pittsburgh found a chink in the armor. Now it's just up to us to crack the chink and expose it for other teams to play against because Frisco has to still play against Lamar Jackson in Baltimore and Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. So there's that. So you ready to just move on with the rest of the picks? Because we basically know what we want. But obviously y'all know we want our Seahawks to win, but we just got to be realistic, But all I'm going to say is bring it on. Bring it on.
Yeah.
Bring it. Bring it on. All right. Up next, we're going to do the rest of the week. Thursday Night Football. Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Oakland Raiders. Chargers making their final trip up to Oakland before the Raiders make the move to Las Vegas next year. The Raiders coming off of a surprising win over the Detroit Lions in Oakland, and the Chargers coming off of a surprising domination over the Green Bay Packers with that 26-11 win where they were basically dominating them all day on defense. They were able to sack Aaron Rodgers. How many times did the Chargers sack Aaron Rodgers? Was it 3 or 4 times?
I don't know exactly, but I know they kept their offense in check.
And, of course, they made those 4 field goals, and Melvin Gordon had the 2 rushing touchdowns in that game. But
it also helped Seattle out because now we have the same record as Green Bay.
Yeah.
7-2.
The Chargers did us a favor on Sunday, and I'm glad they did us that favor by beating the Packers, especially helps us out in the NFC playoff race. I like the Chargers' momentum going this one, so I'm going to take the Chargers because the Raiders got pistol whipped by Green Bay earlier this year. The Chargers were able to hold Green Bay in check. I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers as well. I like them to continue their momentum and get to 500 and stay in the AFC wildcard race.
Their next 2 games are divisional games, too, because they got the Raiders. Then after that, I think they go to Mexico City to take on Kansas City.
Oh, that should be a good one.
Isn't Kansas City... No, Chiefs aren't on a bye week. Never mind. But
they are.
Yes, but they got 2 straight divisional opponents, the Chargers do, the Raiders and the Chiefs. And obviously, both of them road games, too. Or I don't know if the Chargers are the home team for the Mexico City game.
Yeah, I like the way the Chargers are playing right now.
I like the way they played against Green Bay, and I like the way they beat Green Bay. All right, up next, the Battle of New York, the Giants and the Jets. Entertainment Talking Sports and Mad Dog and Bad Dog and Gangrene David, all 3 go into that game in MetLife Stadium. Heard it from them themselves, and the Jets obviously gave up a loss to the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins' first win, so I guess they aren't tanking for Tua. And the Giants just got obliterated because of a black cat on a field cursed them the rest of the day. They were doing all right, and then the Cowboys just came back and obliterated them, including at the end when we were on the phone and that house call happened when Daniel Jones fumbled it. That black cat must have cursed the Giants on Monday Night Football last night, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
That was hilarious seeing that cat on the field, man, just having a little fun. The cat has been in the end zone more times than the Jets this year.
Wow.
In MetLife Stadium.
Who's technically the home team? Is it the Jets?
I think it's the Giants. I know the Jets are slated as the home team, but I think it's going to be a New York Giants crowd, man. The Giants have 2 wins. The Jets have 1. I mean, both teams aren't that good. Leonard Williams is going to be playing his former team, but now he's on the other side of it with the Giants because the Giants and the Jets made that trade before the deadline for Leonard Williams. But for this one, a rare pick, got to be real, I'm going to pick the Giants.
Yeah, I'm picking the Giants. If the Jets can't beat a team that's trying to lose, they're not going to beat a team that's better than them. I mean, if they can't beat the Dolphins, they won't beat the Giants, even though the Giants are horrible as well.
This is a game we're going to have to keep an eye on during our Red Zone reactions this Sunday.
Yeah.
Which, of course, we're also going to be checking on the MLS Cup because the Seattle Sounders are in the MLS Cup. Hope the Sounders can win the championship. They're taking on Toronto at home in CenturyLink Field. But we'll be going back and forth through with that and our Red Zone reactions, checking in on the MLS Cup and the Sounders. But yeah, obviously right now back to the picks at hand. So yeah, we're taking the New York Giants over the Jets in the battle for New York. And they'll be interested to see through our Red Zone reactions. Daniel Jones versus Sam Darnold, and right now I like Daniel Jones a lot better.
So do I.
A lot better right now. Just being honest, it's got to tell the truth, right?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Up next, NFC South matchup: Atlanta Falcons at the Superdome against the Saints. Saints.
Oh yeah, the Saints, big coming up after that bye week.
Big time.
I like them getting to 8-1. The Falcons are an absolute train wreck this year.
Yep. All right. Up next, Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Tennessee Titans. I don't know if they're going to rest Mahomes one more week, but the Chiefs did us a favor beating the Minnesota Vikings at home in Arrowhead, where Harrison Butker made the game-winning kick, and Matt Moore was able to hit some passes, and obviously we saw Tyreek Hill being fast as a roadrunner, catching up with the running back, with his own running back as he ran it in for a touchdown, which was hilarious watching that. It was just funny. Chris Berman did the roadrunner mimic with the meep, it was hilarious. Me and my dad were watching that on prime time. But will they bring Mahomes back? Will Mahomes be ready, or are they going to rest Mahomes one more week? Maybe. I'll tell you what. If I was Kansas City, I would probably rest Mahomes one more week and count on Matt Moore maybe to win this one. But I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs winning in Nashville this week. I'm going to take the Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Chiefs to continue their momentum. To build off of last week. That was a big win.
Mahomes could still come back, though. Mahomes could come back if they're feeling it. So there's a possibility Mahomes could play in this game.
Yeah, and so who did Tennessee play last week?
Tennessee played Tampa Bay. No, wait. Tennessee last week, I forgot. Did they lose last? Did they play last week? I know they played Tampa Bay the week before last week, or did they have a bye week?
I don't remember. I swear they played last weekend.
Let me check really quick. Oh yeah, they lost to Carolina. Last week.
Yeah, they were pretty much shut down. Carolina's defense pretty much shut them down.
Yeah, they lost. Titans coming off that loss to Carolina. So I'm gonna take. So yeah, we're taking Kansas City, man. All right.
Yeah, Kansas City has to keep winning in the AFC West because I think the Chargers are catching up on their heels.
Yeah. All right. Up next, we got the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. Ravens freaking Lamar Jackson ran all over the Patriots defense. The Ravens just dominated the Patriots back on Sunday Night Football. We said we wanted them to pull to pull that upset, and they did. I mean, obviously we picked the Patriots last week, but wish we would have picked the Ravens to pull off the upset, man. But damn, Lamar Jackson, I think he just showed why the Ravens could be a legitimate Super Bowl contender, man. If the Ravens could beat the Patriots, I mean, they still got to play our rival 49ers. I think the Ravens could beat the 49ers too, man. I mean, honestly, I want us to beat them Monday, be the first to beat them, but I think, the Ravens,
Ravens might sweep the
NFC West.
Ravens might end up sweeping the NFC West.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson's for real. That Ravens defense, I mean, obviously Earl Thomas picked off Tom Brady for the second time since 2012 in that game, but Lamar Jackson was running all over him. Cincinnati, obviously, this is a loss for them. Ravens win big in Cincinnati.
Yeah, Ravens win big. Cincinnati now is as if the season ended right now, they'd be on the clock.
Yes, they would be, and they could possibly.
Miami somehow got to win.
They did, but the Bengals still have to play the Dolphins, though. Could that be the Dolphins' second win? Because I know the Bengals benched Andy Dalton.
Oh, it is really sad times in Cincinnati.
No doubt about that.
I'm glad I'm not really. I mean, I do kind of like the Bengals, but I'm glad I'm not living in Cincinnati right now.
You think the Bengals could possibly trade for Cam Newton?
Maybe.
All right. Up next, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Factory of Sadness Cleveland Browns. The Browns just got beat by the Denver Broncos, making, obviously, like we mentioned, Patriots were the dirt over the grave, and it didn't even help with them. We were thinking they were going to bounce back and get a win over the Broncos, but Brandon Allen came out and carved the Browns. And Cortland Sutton had a really great touchdown catch too over the defender's shoulder, and caught it like it was nothing. The Buffalo Bills, man, the Bills are coming off of a win last week against
the lowly skins.
The lowly Redskins. That's right. So I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills getting a win in Cleveland, making Browns' misery much, 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 much worse. I'm taking the Bills.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bills here. They're just a better overall team.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what we got for that. Up next, we got the Arizona Cardinals going to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. The Cardinals had their chance, but Cliff Kingsbury messed it up by calling that timeout on that 4th and goal, where basically they had to stop on 4th and goal before the end of the first half, which allowed them to get another play and hit him. The 49ers were able to hit Emmanuel Sanders for an easy go-ahead touchdown to extend the lead. But the Cardinals fought back valiantly. Their defense just couldn't get a stop. They found a chink in the armor. They found weaknesses in that 49er defense, like we mentioned earlier. Like I said, it's just up for the Seahawks to crack it. But this week, the Cardinals had to take on their former head coach, Bruce Arians. And Jameis Winston put on a show against us and Mike Evans and one of the plays where Perriman had the touchdown, Marquise Blair really should have had an interception there. But, it just bounced off of him and they caught the touchdown. I mean, can't really complain about, a win. I mean, we still won the game, but Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're better than their record. They're better than their record. They're one of the teams we could say that they're better than their record is. Would you say?
Yeah, because they also blew that game in week 3 against the Giants, where they're up 18 in the third.
And they were controversially screwed out of a scoop and score against the Tennessee Titans the week before our game too. So I would definitely say the Buccaneers are better than their record, and I would.
They easily could be 500.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what though, I like to see them get a win against the Cardinals. So I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to beat the Arizona Cardinals at home. And I expect Mike Evans. Obviously the Cardinals were looking a little good in competing with the 49ers, but I'll tell you what though, Tampa Bay with Ndamukong Suh and Shaq Barrett. And I don't know if they're going to get some key guys back but on their defense. Obviously they gave up their first 100-yard rusher, which is Chris Carson. But I kind of like to see Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay will beat the Cardinals this week, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bucs as well. They showed a lot of fight last week in Seattle. I mean, they battled for 4 quarters and more, I guess, because it went to overtime.
And plus, I told that Buccaneers fan in the stadium that when I was trying to find out who they were playing next, and when he said it was Arizona, I thought he said Atlanta, but then when I saw it was Arizona, I said, I'm picking you guys. I told the guy as I was walking, I said, I'm picking you guys for next week. So there we go, right?
Yeah, they showed a lot of fight and moxie on the road against us. I mean, maybe they were a missed field goal before half.
That missed. Oh yeah, and then also they showed some fight earlier in Week 1 against the 49ers, even though Jameis threw the pick 6 to Sherman.
Yeah, I guess the only game they've really looked horrible was the one in Carolina, or the one against Carolina in London where Winston threw 5 picks.
Yeah.
Too bad the Seahawks couldn't get that, Jameis Winston.
Yeah, but hey, we still got the win that was important, and Russell Wilson threw 5 touchdowns on him.
As you said on your video, at least we beat them, unlike the Rams.
Yeah, I said that. I said, hey Rams, you see that? That's called beating the Buccaneers. Yeah, so we got Buccaneers over the Cardinals. Bruce Arians' revenge game gets a win against his former team at home in Tampa Bay with the pirate ship. So Tampa, be ready to fight. Hopefully, if you get whatever touchdowns you get, fire the cannons off from whatever touchdowns you get. All right, up next we got the Detroit Lions traveling to Miami to take on the Miami Dolphins. The Lions just lost to the Raiders. The Dolphins got their first win.
Wait. Does Detroit play Miami?
Detroit plays Miami.
That's where Indianapolis played Miami.
Did I miss? Oh shit! It is Indianapolis. I messed up the thing, man. Holy crap! When I was doing the picks, I mean, when I was looking on my phone, I messed up something, man. Sorry, my bad, guys. So yeah, the Lions are playing the Bears. The Lions are playing the Bears. So that's this week. So yeah, up next we got the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears. Let me just X that out. I fucked up on that.
Are they playing the Dolphins after that?
No, they don't play that division. I fucked up on the picks, man. So, yeah, did I type it in twice? I might have typed it in twice. I was messing up. Sorry, my bad. So, up next, we got the Detroit Lions taking on the Chicago Bears in Soldier Field. The Lions just lost to the Raiders, and the Bears just lost to the Bears. No, wait, did the Bears win last week? No, wait, the Bears lost to Philly. The Bears lost to Philly last week, so they're playing in Chicago, and yeah, I mean the Lions. I mean they had their chances, but they couldn't get it done against Oakland. So I'm gonna have to take the Chicago Bears in this one too. So I'm taking the Bears at home. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to mess up when I was typing in the thing, man. So shit.
Oh, jeez. The Bears are really struggling though.
No. Should I take, I don't know, should we take Detroit?
I'm going to take Detroit.
Yeah, you know what, screw...
The Bears are probably... You could add them to the list of most disappointing teams.
I'm gonna take the Lions as well, so I wasn't so sure what the...
Trubisky's looked absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, he has. So now that you mentioned, I'm taking Detroit as well. So yeah, sorry about the mix-up on when I was making the paper thing, So yeah, I think you're right. The Indianapolis. Yeah.
Indianapolis plays Miami.
Yeah, let me get to that one next with the Colts. So we'll do that. We'll do that one next. We got the Indianapolis Colts going after coming off of a loss. Damn, I can't believe I forgot to put that in. So why don't I put that right below the last game or the Sunday night game? So Colts versus Fins versus Dolphins. Yep. So I think we're all going to pick Indianapolis Colts versus the Fins.
Yeah, we are. That was a tough one last week in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and the Colts lost Jacoby Brissett and had to go to Brian Hoyer, so that's a negative for that one.
Vinatieri shanked a kick at the end,
which could have been a game winner. Minkah Fitzpatrick had a pick 6 in that game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So there was that. So we got the Indianapolis Colts beating the Miami Dolphins. The Fins are in for a letdown after their first win of the season over the New York Jets. First and only, because they still got to play Cincinnati. So yeah. So there's that. So yep,
I think they have a chance against Cincinnati.
they do. But
Oh, that'll be in December. Oh, will that be the battle? Whoever loses that game will probably get the number 1 pick.
that game will be the battle for the number 1 pick without a doubt.
That game will probably decide the number 1 pick.
All right. Up next, we got the Carolina Panthers traveling to Lambeau Field to take on the Green Bay Packers. The Carolina Panthers officially put Cam Newton on the IR, ending his season, which means week 2 of this season would probably most likely go down as Cam Newton's last ever game as a Carolina Panther, because I think the Panthers are going to trade him after this season. And the Packers got manhandled by the Los Angeles Chargers. Aaron Rodgers is 0-2 in games that he's played in Los Angeles. He lost to the Rams last year, and now he lost to the Chargers. A rare loss. The Chargers hadn't beaten the Packers since the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, for real. The Chargers have not beaten the Packers since they were the San Diego Chargers. They haven't beaten them since the 80s. But Carolina is rolling. McCaffrey is killing it in the run game, and I'll tell you what though, I like the way Carolina's been playing, and I'm anxious for when we get our chance to play them. I like the way Carolina's doing it. I'm gonna take the Panthers to win big, to go into Lambeau and get a rare win at Lambeau Field. So I'm gonna take the Panthers.
I like the Packers to bounce back. I really do.
Ooh, split.
Yeah, they're at Lambeau. I can't see them losing 2 in a row.
But if McCaffrey gets going early and has a multiple touchdown game, it's going to probably be over fast for the Packers, just saying.
Yeah, they're going to have to control, they're going to have to contain McCaffrey, but
S&D.
The Packers have only lost 1 game at Lambeau, and it was surprisingly to the Eagles.
They did.
High to Eagles.
And I think the Packers will drop another one, especially with the way Carolina's.
I can't see them losing two in a row. As Aaron Rodgers said, they got a taste of humble pie, and I believe they'll bounce back this week against Carolina. But I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina won.
I never sleep on Aaron Rodgers, but I'm kind of feeling it with the way that Christian McCaffrey and that offense is playing, and the way Kyle Allen's been playing too. And especially with that defense too, other than the fact that they got shit on by Frisco.
The last time we split when you picked Carolina, it didn't go so well for you.
It didn't. No, but who knows? Maybe this could be the
split at Carolina right this time.
Maybe this time it doesn't go well for you with the Packers and McCaffrey goes off against them. But who knows?
It would help the Seahawks if another Packer loss.
So in your mind, you hope that the Panthers beat the Packers to help us out. Dallas?
Yeah.
All right.
I kind of do.
Okay. Let's get on to the last one. To the last 2. First off, we got the Los Angeles Rams going to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. Shout out my boy Erica Steele and also Lady Steele, 2 Steeler YouTubers I know, and of course Steel Maiden over there too. And then obviously the Rams, are coming off of a win last week. The Rams were on a bye week after beating the Bengals in London with some trickery plays with Cooper Kupp going off in that.
To make a case that they had 2 bye weeks.
Nah, I don't think they had 2.
Well, they were playing the Bengals.
True. Oh yeah, that's right. 2 bye weeks indeed, but it was too easy for them in London. Rams win big in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Rams get to 6-3.
Yep.
Pittsburgh's, I think, in for a little bit of a letdown after beating the Colts.
All right. And finally, last but not least, Sunday Night Football, the Vikings and the Cowboys. The Cowboys basically just went in the MetLife Stadium and had some help from a black cat that ran on the field, which gave them a spark, and they just used that spark to beat the Giants, and with a house call at the end. Not that the Giants were going to come back anyway, because obviously it was already 30-18, and they just took it down the field and got a house call on a Daniel Jones fumble and took it to the house. Minnesota Vikings getting beat by the Mahomeless Chiefs last week too. So I mean, they're going to be pissed going into this one. on Sunday Night Football, and I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Well, this is probably the toughest one of the week. Cowboys really didn't pull away until like late in the fourth quarter. They really did not look that good in the first half.
Yeah, because Dak Prescott threw it in.
The only team they've beaten so far that I believe is above 500 is the Eagles. I mean, I know they throttled them, but the Eagles are so. The Eagles are the epitome of a 500 team. They're so inconsistent. I think I gotta go with Minnesota to bounce back.
I'll go Minnesota as well, man, because obviously, Dak Prescott threw an interception on the first play of the game.
I don't know how the Cowboys defense are going to be able to contain those receivers and then the tight end Rudolph. And obviously, the Vikings have a good running game.
Yeah, but then also, the Cowboys have Jason Witten back at their tight end. And then, of course, they got Randall Cobb and Amari Cooper.
And the Vikings are the team that's, battling with us right now for the wild card.
They are. They
have, the second wild card. We have the first wild card.
Yeah, and that's basically...
but none of these games, it doesn't really matter the outcome of this game if we don't take care of business against the Niners.
All right, so we got another week with a split, though, but yep. Obviously, knock on wood, Dallas, for our game against the 49ers Monday night, because that's going to be the game we got etched on. If we win that game against the 49ers, I got a good video to come up with. Don't mention what it is. Don't mention what it is because it's gonna be a surprise. That's only gonna go up if we beat the 49ers on Sunday. On Monday night.
I can't stress the importance of this game. I mean, we're currently sitting a game and a half out. You win, you pull to within a half a game because you'd be at 8-2. They've already had a bye. They'd be 8-1. You'd have the first tiebreaker. A loss though, and you're 2.5 back. And you have to make up a 2.5 game deficit with 6 remaining. And, I mean, the odds of you winning the division are not that great if you lose this game. So, I mean, this, to me, we still got week 17 to go, and we'll see where both teams are at by then. But, to me, this is the game that I think decides the division for both teams. If I believe we won't win the division if we don't win this game. I believe it's that.
This game is that important. This game is that important. I agree with you. If we want a chance to win the division, we're going to have to win this game and our home game in the final week of the season when we take them on at home in Seattle.
We might as well have to sweep the Niners.
Yeah.
Because they still got tough games coming up. They got Arizona after that, but they have Green Bay at home, and then I believe back-to-back losses at Baltimore and at New Orleans.
Yeah, that's what.
Who knows? Their defense is capable of going into anywhere and beating quarterbacks that are that good. In my opinion, I believe that's how good their defense is.
You and me both. But yep, this is our picks for the week.
Those are back-to-back losses. I believe those are back-to-back losses for the Niners, and we hope this is their first loss.
Yeah, just you and me both.
If we don't win this game, we might as well be thinking wild card.
Yeah, but yeah, I had to show off the picks though that we did. Obviously with the 49ers, Chargers, Giants, Saints, Chiefs, Ravens, Bills, Buccaneers, Lions, split on Panthers and Packers, Rams, Vikings, and Colts. I was just doing the picks, man. But what do you think?
I think the Seahawks need to treat this as a playoff game.
That indeed, man. I think the Seahawks treat every game like a playoff game.
Well, yeah, but this is pretty much if you want to reclaim the NFC West. Here's your chance.
You heard it from Dallas, guys. Anyway, we're going to cut it off here. We've been going 34 minutes. Sorry if I messed up on the list thing right there. Obviously, I was just in a hurry to get this done because I got some stuff to take care of. But preview with Brendan Nelson coming soon. So anyway, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, and thank you guys for tuning in for your game picks. Let us know your picks in the comments. But, a lot of times we just got to tell the truth. We tell the truth as it is. And, there are times where we had picked against us.
Unbiased opinion.
We've given our unbiased opinion, but
we don't pick the
Yeah, but we do hope that we're wrong, though. We hope that I mean, it's not like, but we do want to win those games. We do want to win those games.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank y'all for tuning in, and if you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. As always, go Seahawks.